Live from Julian's basement, it's podcadzo. You give us an hour, and we'll give you the world. The world consisting primarily of YouTube references and Steely Dan trivia.
I just love that podcast.
It's podcadzo.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Podcadzo, the official companion podcast to the well-known indie rock band Cadzo. I am Colin, joined by my co-host Julian. This week we're going to change things up a little bit. This episode's going to be a good one. It's going to be really good. It's going to be something we can be proud of. Something we're going to feel good about putting out into the world.
I hope that you have a plan, because I sure don't.
I actually have not even the smallest
You don't even seem like you have energy to come up with a plan.
of a plan. I have energy.
You have energy?
Yeah.
Let's see some of that energy, boy. You're all fucking...
I've been...
Hey, welcome back to the podcast.
Well, because I realized that I sometimes use up too much energy in the intro, and then I'm tapped out by the end of the episode. So I'm trying to have a more even distribution this week.
A marathon, not a sprint type vibe.
Exactly. I'm finally learning how to do this podcast, and that's why this one's going to be really good.
I think that if you make the beginning part the low energy part, then people don't really have a need to stick around for the high energy part at the end.
That's a
They're
good
usually
point,
just
Julian.
Like, I'm out of here.
That's a good point.
This is boring and
Should I
low
retry
energy.
that intro?
No, I mean, well, yeah, go for it.
No.
Let's see it.
Well, if we're going to keep the other one, I don't want to.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like you're going to edit it.
No.
Hell no. Was your nose runny?
It is runny.
Do you need a tissue?
Do you have one handy?
I mean, upstairs. Or there's some
No.
paper towels right there.
That's going to irritate my nose skin.
Yeah, well, all I have upstairs is paper towels.
I
too.
usually have a little hanky with me.
You're a hanky guy?
Mm-hmm.
That's disgusting.
I think everyone should be.
You want to just carry around your boogers with you all day?
If you have a good system and you wash them often, it's not a problem.
They're still in there.
So what? They're buried deep within. And I never, blow. It's just for,
Wiping.
wiping.
Wiping's one thing. If you're blowing into a hanky,
No, I
then-
don't blow into it.
Yeah, my grandpa used to,
Yeah,
full on blow
that's
into
pretty
a hanky and then
gross.
just fold it up and put it back in his
Yeah.
pocket.
No, I have done that in emergency situations, and I've thrown those hankies away when that happens.
Really? You just get rid of it?
Yeah, most times.
If you
If I'm close to home and it happens, I'll just bring it home and wash it. But if I know I have to carry that around all day, I'll just toss it.
this is the type of high quality content you were referring to, right? Why
Exactly.
this is going to be one of the greats.
Yep. We're still easing into it.
Okay.
Give it time.
Yeah.
Give it time.
The greatness will come naturally.
Yeah,
It always comes naturally to us.
totally. I
just
think it's
gifted.
actually there right now for most people. We're just being hard on ourselves.
100%.
Not just anybody could talk about this sort of stuff.
Oh,
on a
no one
podcast.
else. No one else that
Yeah.
I know has the balls to do this.
Mm-mm.
Who else do you know with a podcast right now? I mean, we know a few
Um,
people. Don't actually answer that.
Well, I don't know if anyone really has the podcast going still.
Really?
Yeah. If nothing else, we get points for persistence.
Yeah, keeping on.
Stick to itness.
Yeah, for better or for worse.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's necessarily a
Yeah,
great
I don't
thing.
know if anyone will agree that that's a good thing. I don't know if history will look upon
We'll
that.
see, I guess. Yeah,
positively.
History
Yeah.
will tell us later.
I did want to ask you about country music.
Okay, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Is this because of...
Because I've been working with country music more often.
Okay,
I've been mixing country artists.
got it.
And I feel like that's kind of been a blind spot on Podcadzo.
Yeah.
Something we haven't talked about a lot.
100%.
I know you're not a country guy.
I hate it.
Is there any country music you're willing to give some props to?
I love Dolly Parton.
Okay. Solid.
I like Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
I like Hank Williams Jr.
This is great.
I like Conway Twitty a lot.
Hell yeah.
Not just because of Family Guy. He's got a great voice. He's a great singer. Who else? That's pretty much it, I would say. I don't
Okay.
like any modern country. I don't like pop country. I don't like alt country. I I guess you would consider those
You don't
kind of
like
like outlaw
Sturgill
country.
Simpson?
Not really.
Why not?
I bet I would maybe.
Yeah,
I
have you really
I don't
given him
like,
a fair shot?
I think so. I don't like the way country music sounds or like the thematic approaches that it usually takes. Like I don't like twangy shit. I don't like the way that I don't really like chicken picking. I don't like the way that they sing. I don't like the way that it's produced. It's just pretty much all around a miss for me. But I love Dolly Parton a lot. And I love Willie Nelson a lot. And I think maybe with Willie Nelson, it's specifically because he like isn't that great from like a
Yeah, he's not. He's a pretty
technical
bad country
standpoint. Yeah.
musician.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like the great unifier. I think everyone can get behind Willie Nelson because he like also dips into folk and he has the hippie element, so he appeals like in a cultural sense to a broader audience.
Yeah, and he's a stoner, which is cool.
Yeah. I like all of those country artists you mentioned. I really like outlaw country. I like Waylon. I like.
Oh yeah, Waylon is.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know as much Waylon stuff, but
Yeah, Waylon's great.
I don't
Johnny
dislike
Paycheck. For modern country, there's a lot of great people out there right now. There's
That's what I've
Sturgill
heard.
Simpson, Charlie Crockett. I've lately gotten into, and this is probably the most mainstream country I'll go with my tastes, Zach Top. Have you heard of him? He released an album in 2024 called Cold Beer and Country Music.
yeah, it sounds about right.
And
I can't believe
it is
that wasn't
yeah.
already like 100 other albums.
I know. But he's got this song called I Never Lie. I'll play it for you later. It's twangy as hell, so you probably won't like it, but I just find it to be a beautiful song. It's been
Okay.
stuck in my head a lot lately. Dwight Yoakam. is
Haven't
a
heard
big,
of that either.
Really? He was like a 80s and 90s guy. I think you could get behind some Dwight.
I might have to go deal with the dog.
The
real
dogs,
quick.
yeah, they're going crazy.
I'll
Okay.
be right back.
Grab me a tissue while you're up there.
It's gonna be toilet paper.
That's fine.
Cypress! What the hell? Oh, sorry.
No worries. And you forgot my tissue, didn't you? No worries. It's not a big deal. It's resolved itself.
Do you want a paper towel?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Anyways, Dwight Yoakam.
That sounds like a made-up name.
I know it's funny. Have you ever seen the movie Sling Blade?
Mm-mm.
You should check out Sling Blade. It's
Sling
actually
Blade.
Billy Bob Thornton's first breakthrough.
Oh, nice.
He wrote it and I think directed it and starred in it. It's a great film. Dwight Yoakam's in it and has an amazing character in it. And Dwight Yoakam's acting in a bunch of other stuff too. I can't think of anything else
I think
off the
the
top of my
only.
head.
Yeah, I've never heard of this.
But check out Guitars, Cadillacs, etc., from Dwight Yoakam. Great late 80s country album.
Wow, yeah. 1985, huh?
I guess mid 80s country
I don't know
album.
how I never heard of him.
Yeah.
I guess I'm completely out of that world. So it
He's
makes
like
sense, but
he's not I mean he's definitely a big name, but I get the vibe he's kind of like your favorite country artist's favorite country artist. He's kind of that
He's
kind of guy.
extra good.
Yes, very well respected. Towns Van Sant. Speaking of guys like that, you ever fuck with Towns? Do you know who he is? Oh,
No.
amazing songwriter. You would know some Towns songs. The Ballad of Lefty and Poncho. I think is it the Ballad of Lefty? Something Lefty and Poncho.
Okay.
It's one of his big tunes.
Sounds.
You'd recognize him. Towns. Okay. So and then what?
Oliver Anthony.
Yeah. Richmond.
Final
Northern.
answer.
Yeah. Oliver Anthony's definitely one of those modern country artists for sure for me.
Oh yeah.
Super up there. Has he put out like albums since?
I doubt it.
I'll look it up real quick. Oliver Anthony.
He probably. I mean, shit. Maybe he doubled down on his whole thing of like, I don't want to be famous, and he just put stuff out and no one.
I don't know. It
knows
seemed
about
like he really wanted to be famous. Because he immediately went on like Rogan and every podcast
Well, yeah,
he
but
could.
he always was like, I hate famous people. I don't want to be
Yeah.
famous. It's all about the music.
He's been putting out stuff. I don't see any releases since like 2024, actually.
Yeah, I don't either.
Interesting.
Hymnal of a Troubled Man. He has a song called Scornful Woman. Of course he does. Fucking hate that guy.
But what first got me into country music, someone wanted to bring up. You familiar with Chet Atkins?
Yeah.
Okay. Chet Atkins was hugely influential for me as a guitar player.
Really?
Yeah. Which I know may be surprising. I
Yeah.
don't know how much the Chet influence comes through, if at all. Because I've never even dared to attempt to play Chet Atkins songs or really sound like him. But when I was in my early phases of learning guitar and like really into the jangly, melodic, kind of like almost high life-esque type guitar playing, Chet Atkins really resonated with me then. He's not a million miles away from that. If you listen to a lot of the old Chet tunes, and he's just such a clean player, such an amazing sense of melody. He has an economy of notes, which I really respect. Like, not a single note is out of place or not thought through. It's very minimal in a lot of ways, while still being incredibly complex. And a great producer. You know, he worked with Elvis and stuff, and a lot of huge Nashville artists. An important technologist in music. He really pushed a lot of technologies forward. Kind of an all-around Renaissance man. A good businessman, too. He was, like, big in RCA. So Chet Atkins, mad respect for that dude.
That sounds like a cool guy.
And he started, this is something which is pretty cock about Chet Atkins, but have you ever heard of Certified Guitar Player, CGP? It was a ranking he invented himself, and he was the first certified guitar player. And he found other people who he admired and gave them the title of CGP. Most notably, I think, Tommy Emmanuel.
Oh, okay.
So Tommy Emmanuel is CGP. He puts that on his albums, actually.
That's
So if you're in that world of, you know, technical fingerstyle guitar playing, CGP is like being knighted.
it's pretty dumb.
High honors.
It's pretty
I know.
stupid.
It's certified guitar
Like,
player.
Pretty cock, as you
It's
said.
dumb as hell. I don't know who other CGPs are. I think Martin Taylor, who is a Scottish guitar player, fingerstyle dude, is also CGP.
The Edge?
Edge, unfortunately not.
The hell?
I
Massive
wonder
oversight.
when did Chet Atkins die? Chet Atkins. 2001. So I didn't
Think it
really
had
get to
anything to do with
experience that
9/11?
later period. It was June 30th, 2001. So
Doesn't mean he didn't help
True,
set something in
could've been,
motion.
yeah, that's true. We can't rule that out, but he didn't get that later period. U2. I think if he heard "No Line on the Horizon," certainly that would have pushed.
That would have put it in
pushed
there.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of really peak guitar playing on that one.
Most def.
My homie is getting into country now.
Oh, yeah?
He never really was into country before. but I don't remember anyone that he mentioned.
Well,
There's this one guy that he likes.
I'm having that thing like that I've had with all genres of music where, rose-colored glasses and several years of detachment kind of dissolves all of your irony or bitterness. And there's a lot of Y2K country, which I can unironically appreciate.
Interesting. Yeah, I
and
haven't
enjoy
gotten
now.
there.
Mhm.
I don't know if I ever will with country.
It's few and far between. But yeah, there's certainly there's some Toby Keith songs that are sounding pretty good every once in a while.
It's really hard to believe.
Country music fascinates me though because it is such a defined art form with not a lot of room for going out of the box. And it's in recent years has had a huge surge, especially with like the introduction of like kind of like the trap production elements and like rap country and Morgan Wallen and all that bullshit. But it's always just interesting to me like how that industry moves and that there are still country songs to be written and that like big hits can still come out. And it's like what I've observed from country dudes is like they have such a finger on the pulse of releases and like are really like listening to what everyone's doing. And so when a huge hit comes out, they must like learn it immediately, be like, man, how did they do that? It's like
They also
very fascinating.
I don't know, like maybe I'm just being a hater when I say this, but like I feel like country fans are they're like rock fans in the sense that they kind of just keep wanting the same thing over and over again. They don't want like progression in the genre or like experimentation. It's like very much about making things feel and sound really similar to like, the outlaw country days almost. Like it hasn't really progressed too terribly much other than, taking on like pop influence and trap influence over the years. But it really is like not too, it's a bit of an echo chamber, which is another reason why maybe I don't connect with it super well. Because I have a hard time telling like, why one country artist is like better than another or like how they're even like really
that's part of like the narcissism of small differences really exists within country music. And but it's just like it's fascinating. It's like competing as a sprinter in the Olympics, like if you're the best in the world, you're 3 milliseconds above the 200th in the world.
Yeah.
And it's like what pushes those people over outside of like the Nashville machine and all that.
Well, and I think the last few major breakthrough country artists have been propped up in a lot of ways by social media. Like their songs just get popular on TikTok or Instagram and then they make like reels or whatever, or they just have like kind of a slightly outlandish personality, which makes them like more likable as people, which then pushes their art further. I still think it's like all very derivative of like the same kind of basic blueprint of what country is. Even on like the Beyonce record, like it still kind of tries to follow the country blueprint on like the certain songs where it like really leans into that.
Something else interesting that I've observed in the modern country scene is outside of your mainstream country artists, like Morgan Wallen, people like that who are like doing mainstream type stuff. What seems to be most popular right now is people who are really have a like in your face nostalgia to them to the 90s and Y2K type stuff and really leaning into the honky tonk country thing.
I guess that is kind of a parallel we're seeing in a lot of genres.
Yeah, totally. The
90s is like the king right now. Everyone thinks the 90s is
90s
like peak
into
humanity.
Because like early 90s was a couple years ago, and we've moved well into late 90s, early 2000s, which is exactly where the country thing is. And indie music, and it's the thing we always talk about on podcadzo, the cycles of pop culture, the deterioration of it all.
Yeah, the segmentation of it, like the fact that it's. I mean, we've talked about this so many times, but like the fact that the monoculture is like completely disappeared. Like Toby Keith was kind of like, even though he obviously was still around when social media and stuff existed, like he was one of those artists that like existed when there was still a monoculture. And now you can have like 100 million people that like fucking love Morgan Wallen, but you can still have another like 200 million people who've like never listened to him and don't give a shit about him. And
Yeah. Which
there's
is the right opinion to have on Morgan Wallen.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you like him, then you should reassess a lot of things about your life.
Yeah. He's maybe like the biggest red flag right now for you have a dog shit taste in music if you're into Morgan Wallen.
Yeah. Maybe as far as country goes.
Him and Ed Sheeran.
I mean, there's always Drake.
There's always Drake.
And Kanye. To a certain extent, because apart from being a dog shit human, Kanye just hasn't made good music for like a decade.
What has anything happened since he apologized with the rabbi? Kanye?
I haven't seen anything.
Okay. That was the last big thing.
I try really hard to... I mean, it's not like you can avoid Kanye, but
Yeah.
I try really hard to keep him out of my algorithm as much as possible.
Yeah. No doubt. That was all I had for country music.
Okay.
So...
Yeah,
Do you listen to Charlie Crockett at all?
No.
Okay. I think you should listen to Charlie Crockett too.
I'm probably not gonna.
He was the first guy who like kind of like he reawakened my being into country a couple years ago.
Just based on the name alone, I don't think I'm gonna check out Charlie Crockett.
The name is dope. He's a descendant of David Crockett.
Yeah,
Famous mountain man.
It's too.
And he has a cool story. He's a cool dude. He hates the country industry and scene and is talking shit about it all the time. And he's very much outside of the Nashville machine. He's a real outlaw country dude in modern times.
All right, okay. Send me
I think
like
you should give him
two
a shot.
songs.
I had the good fortune to mix monitors for him one night. That's the first time I heard of him and got to talk to him. And he's a super cool dude. Amazing show. He's got a real star quality, that one. So I've been into Charlie Crockett since then.
Well, damn. I guess I'll have to dip my toes in eventually. Just ever so gently dip them in.
Oh, and you know what? You know what my favorite Bob Dylan album is? Nashville Skyline.
Yeah?
His country album with Johnny Cash.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
That's your favorite
That's
one?
my favorite Dylan album.
It's, I mean, shit. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good record. I haven't listened to it for such a long time. Probably not since like History of Rock and Roll.
I think that's the only Dylan I have on vinyl, and I spin it all the time. It's beautiful. It's great playing on that.
What would you say is like your go-to, like, I think we all, well, not all of us, most of us, I think, that have like somewhat of a good vinyl collection, that like enjoy collecting vinyl, we always have like our go-to records that we put on. Like if company comes over, or if you just need like a palate cleanser record, like what are those records for you?
Great question. John Coltrane, Love Supreme. I've brought this up on the pod before, but for having company over, for having people over and having a party vibe, Black Grape.
Oh yeah,
Reverend Black Grape.
You just played that last time I was at your house.
Because you hadn't heard it. So I wanted to play it, and we talked about it before. So yeah, I played it for you. Joy Division, Unknown Pleasures.
Okay.
Those are the three that are spun very often.
That come to mind.
Yeah, they come to mind. How
That's
about you?
cool. Well, I mean, honestly, not to copy, but Love Supreme is a really good answer. There's like every time I listen to that record, I almost hear something I hear something in a way I haven't heard before. Coltrane's amazing at that type of stuff.
And the mix and production of that record
Stands up.
There's no other record that makes me feel like I'm in the room with the musicians like more than that one.
100%.
Really makes any system shine. It sounds so good. Oh, sorry. Can I add one more? Come on. The Clash, London Calling.
London Calling? Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Shit. I mean, I have Silva by Snarky Puppy, which is just like from an like audiophile perspective, probably one of the better sounding records I have. It's very deep and open. There's so much headroom. And it's just like, it goes in a lot of different directions. It's really good music to just put on for anyone because it doesn't like offend anyone really ever. More Near the Fountain, More Pure the Stream Flows by Damon Albarn is a great vinyl record to put on for people because, again, it just sounds phenomenal. What else?
Do you have any Elvis Costello
I don't.
on vinyl?
I do not have Costello
I
on
weirdly
vinyl.
have almost like his entire discography now.
I mean, that
Huge
makes sense.
Elvis Costello fan.
Yeah.
Imperial Bedroom by Elvis Costello and the Attractions is another one that I spin
Shit.
a lot.
Yeah, I should probably get a little Costello on vinyl.
Yeah.
I think my dad probably has all of it, but
He's one that's easy to find too. and
yeah, he's
find
always
good
at
deals
record
on.
stores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elvis Costello's a staple.
I think as far as bands where I have the full discography on vinyl, it's like Radiohead if you exclude Pablo Honey, System of a Down, Thrice if you get rid of Illusion of Safety, and fuck. I think I have all the Queen's vinyl finally.
Really? I have no Queens.
Really?
Strangely.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me a really long time to get Air Vulgaris. That one was really hard to find for a while, and now it's everywhere. Like every time I go to a record store, they have Air Vulgaris, which is on 10-inch, which is interesting.
Is it 10-inch? Mm-hmm. And it's mono.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's got like 5 discs. And then, man, that really might be it, honestly. I think I have... I have all the Sumac on vinyl.
That's pretty good. I'm missing like one or two of the later period, like recent Elvis Costello albums. But I have all the important stuff. So I'll count Elvis Costello. And then I have Vampire Weekend.
Yeah,
They're
I'm sure
easy.
you do.
And then I'm like one away from Oasis, one away from The Strokes, one away from Joy Division.
Really?
I only have 2 albums. I have Unknown Pleasures, but not Obscenity, whatever the second album is. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I need to make more of a concentrated effort to do that for bands that I like.
Yeah, I think most people collect vinyl, and not to like make it sound like I'm better than everyone, but I am. But most people collect vinyl that they like think they should have. Like, oh, this is a record that everyone has. I should have this. I've always just bought records that I like of bands that I really, really like.
Yeah.
So it's like, rather than having like a very traditional vinyl collection, I have a very eclectic one that's very tailored to like just my taste. And then a lot of that has revolved around me wanting to have like complete discographies for like my favorite bands, because 9 times out of 10, if I want to listen to a record, it's going to be like one of my favorite bands. You know, I don't listen to like a record that I kind of like on vinyl. I mean, I have a few of those, but way more often than not, I'm buying shit that's like my favorite shit, and it's usually just limited to a very specific amount of bands.
How many of those are from shows as merch? How often do you buy vinyl as merch?
Fair bit.
Yeah.
I didn't as much at the beginning. It was a lot more something that I started doing lately. When I started having more of an appreciation for like tour variants, like a lot of bands these days will do variants that are like exclusive to the tours that they're doing, and those are always like the coolest packages, I feel like. And then, I mean, obviously with the vinyl resurgence too, like now almost everyone does have a vinyl record for sale at a show, which, you know, even 10 years ago, it was like kind of few and far between. They didn't always have vinyl at a merch booth. But what about you?
Not too often. If I know it's a cool pressing, or like something special for tour, I'll buy it. But I always feel like deterred from having something that large to carry with me
That is a big part
around
of
the
it.
show,
Mhm.
and I'm worried it's gonna get damaged.
At like certain venues, it's really cool because you can coat check
Yeah,
your shit. Like
merch.
Mission is great because you can coat check your shit at Mission. At the Thrice show that I went to, I had like a VIP ticket, so they let us like buy merch early, and then we could go put it all in our cars. That was
Oh,
fantastic.
that's nice.
I just bought a shirt and the record, and I put them both in my car, and then they were just chilling there the whole time, which was fucking-tastic.
Hell yeah.
They should let you do that every time you go to a show. Like, no re-entry allowed except for bringing merch to your car.
Yeah. That could be a service. A security guard escorts you. Make sure you're just going to your car to put
to
your
drop
merch
off
in.
merch.
And brings you right back in. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good.
Can make a lot of good money.
Yeah. Maybe we should start something like that.
Yeah, a little third party.
All right, we'll talk about that after the pod.
Yeah.
If you're
didn't hear
listening
that. You
to
didn't
this,
hear
you're
that.
not allowed to steal that idea. I feel like you're low energy today too.
Really?
Is there something in the air? I'm
No,
not saying
I
it's a
don't-
bad thing.
I don't think I'm
this-
low energy.
I think we're having a natural conversation.
It's just,
It's
well,
good.
yeah, I just, normally it's like,
It's probably my fault. I probably set
no, normally,
a tone.
normally it's like we at least talk about like kind of what we're gonna do a little bit.
Yeah, we
like
just went
a
into this.
text
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
We went straight
It's usually
into
right
this.
before, like
So-
literally right before we hit record. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, what are we talking about today?
We didn't do that today.
I didn't do it.
Which, yeah, I guess that just made me not able to channel my energy into something specific.
That's
but
fine.
it's
It's
getting
good.
there. It's getting there.
getting-
It's getting
oh,
there.
yeah, it's getting
We
there.
started talking about vinyl, and I started getting excited. So
Mm-hmm.
we just got to keep that up. What's other stuff that we like?
Cars, Volvos.
So, I was thinking this summer. I'll keep this short and sweet. I was thinking this summer, fix the fuel system on the 240, get her maybe road legal or at least driving down the road again, and then
Crash it into a pool.
yeah,
For CAD's LP number 2.
yeah,
Cover.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Not necessarily crash into a pool, but we update the.
Crash into a horse tooth reservoir.
All right, we're crashing it into a body of water. It's been decided.
I want to destroy your car.
Okay. You don't have to say more. We will do that.
Okay.
And we will make it into some sort of promotional piece for Cadzo, be it artwork or.
Yeah. How great would it be if we did that and then I decided it last minute? Like, I've scrapped
It doesn't
that.
fit the vibe.
I have some AI generated art on it.
That's a good thing we could talk about. We haven't talked about AI for a couple
No,
weeks.
I'm just going to get all angry and depressed. I mentioned this off the pod, but I'll say it on the pod now. I'm injured.
Yeah.
I hurt my rib.
Do you want to fill in the people?
I crashed on my mountain bike.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel bad?
I feel bad.
Feel like you're getting old?
No.
Doing too much with your
Maybe
old
doing.
age?
No. I feel in a lot of ways younger and healthier than ever.
Yeah, that's what you would say.
I'm refusing to give in to this. Like, I'm almost 30, getting old sucks thing. No, I'm gonna fight against that. I'm gonna continue to get better looking and healthier and stronger,
Good
and
for
have
you.
a better time in life.
There you
and
go.
continue to act very immature and childish.
Something you never did as a kid.
Well, I do think I was more mature than I should have been in my early 20s. I was really worried about like fucking up my life and making the right decisions. And I like just tried too hard at like college. And
Oh, and look where that led you. Now you're a successful,
I'm grateful with how things
young
have gone.
man.
I feel blessed for sure. And I'm happy I had that discipline, for lack of a better word. And you know what? No, I take that all back. I did shit right because I still had fun.
Yeah, you
I
had
think it's
fun.
pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. I've had fun. I
Yeah.
still party.
Yeah, I know. You partied hard.
Yeah.
And you
Continue to
still do
party hard.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. So
So
I'm
anyway,
great. My life's
yeah,
dope.
you fell off
I'm
your mountain
fine.
bike.
I fell off my mountain bike. Thought I broke a rib. Thought I like it was. I'll say this: I crash on my bike a lot. I'm very good at it. Mm-hmm. I crash more than most people do. It's not because I'm like super gnarly and doing all this crazy shit. It's because I'm tall. I have a high center of gravity. I do send some pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah,
every
you're a
once in while.
rider.
Yeah, I'm a real ripper.
Make no mistake.
Yeah, I'm not. You know, I'm out there to ride. Mm-hmm. When I get on my mountain bike, I'm out there
You're
to ride.
you're not gonna ride.
I'm not gonna ride.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna half-ass it.
No.
I'm out there to ride.
Yeah.
I'm out there to push it.
Uh-huh.
And I pushed it. And
Too
I
much.
Landed on my face in the dirt.
You pushed it too much.
And of course, I've had lots of crashes that have been pretty bad, and I've hurt things. But most of the time, and especially with crashes like this, it's nothing that serious. The last two really bad mountain bike crashes I've had, was the most recent one, other than the one I had last week. I was out near Buffalo Creek, near Conifer, Colorado. I was on this double black trail, my first time doing it. There were all these like optional features. It's called Blackjack, the name of the trail. All these features
Pizza.
have casino themed names. The very first one on the trail, it's called Slot Machine. It's like this super steep rocky drop that I tried to roll. And I flipped over the bars. I fucked up my ankle really bad.
No.
This is the first feature. It's like a 6-mile trail, something like that. No cell phone service.
You just like turn
nothing.
around?
No, because it would have been longer to turn back around. So I had to push my bike for 6 miles up and down all these rocks, these horrible features. It was pretty bad. My ankle immediately swelled up to be the size of a golf ball.
Oh no.
I'll show you pictures later. And then what made it worse is it was 2 days before I had to go on an international trip.
Oh shit.
So I went on that trip on crutches, and that was kind of a bummer. But also kind of fun. I got to take the buggy through the airport. And it does make travel more convenient in a lot of ways.
I'm sure it would.
Before that, this wasn't even a bad crash. I just landed very unfortunately. I just like washed out on a bank, and it should have been nothing. But where I landed was like I hit my knee right on a super sharp rock and just gashed it wide open.
Oof.
I should have gotten stitches. I didn't. I just like bandaged it up and had it covered. But I saw a pretty gnarly scar there. Anyways, this one felt worse than both of those immediately.
Really?
Yeah. Like I hit the ground hard as fuck, and my first thought was like I might like have a broken arm or rib or be like concussed or something. So it was I was like pretty scared to get up, and maybe that is because I'm getting older. But
no.
I think it was just the
Yeah,
circumstances
it was just
of the
the
fall.
circumstances for sure.
And yeah. Anyways, sorry, probably not that interesting of a story. I don't know
I'm
where
intrigued.
I was going with it, but
That whole time I was just picturing you fucking shredding and then, falling realistically.
yeah, it was one of the like most of the time. Often with mountain bike crashes, you have a good second or two to process that you're falling. This was like I'm up, I'm on the ground.
Immediately you're down.
Ow. And the first thing I noticed is that I was bleeding from my leg. I showed you the cut. It's a pretty bad gash there. And that swelled up immediately too, where the cut was.
I bet that hurt.
Then I noticed my shoulder hurting. And I had some scrapes on my elbow and stuff. And then as I started riding, that's when I felt the rib. And I was like, oh shit, my rib's not broken. But I got back and was putting pressure on. I was like, I wouldn't be able to do that if it was broken. So I think it's just bruised. And the rib is still persisting. And then other than that, the worst part of the injury was I bruised my inner quad or something. So I couldn't lift my leg up. I could walk fine without it hurting. I could even go for a run. But if I was doing this motion, just lifting my knee straight up, what you need to do, put your socks on if you're sitting down, is excruciating. So that kind of sucks. But that's better now.
Okay, so it's just the rib, really?
Just the rib now.
And that gash probably
And the
doesn't
gash.
feel
The gash is
amazing.
fine. Yeah.
Dang.
So it could have been worse. Glad I didn't break an arm.
Yeah, they say even if you do break a rib, right, you can't really do anything. You just have to
you just gotta let it heal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gotta wait with some time.
What's the worst extreme action sport injury you've had
In my life?
in your life?
I wouldn't even say action sports injuries. I never really did any crazy action sports, but also just biking injuries. I used to mountain bike a fair bit when I was in high school with a buddy, and we definitely had our fair share of spills, especially me because I wasn't experienced, and all my buddies kind of were, so we would do trails that were usually a bit more above my technical ability. But yeah, nothing crazy as far as injuries. I've never broken a bone. I've never fractured a bone. I've never bruised a rib. I'm pretty I'm a pretty solid upright guy. I don't usually take too many spills. I will say, as far as injuries, I always fuck my hands up in a lot of mysterious ways.
You do fuck your hands up.
Yeah, I get a lot of hand injuries.
That's true.
That's pretty much it, though. Really, like
Yeah.
I never played. I mean, not never. I played sports as a kid. Like I did soccer, and then I did basketball. Did a little bit of track, but I never did like football. I did some mountain biking, mostly just for funsies. I never got too serious about it. But I did a lot of just like street bike, like city biking as well, like riding around, going down big hills and hauling ass that way.
Potentially my worst crash on a bike was on just my commuter bike.
Yeah.
Riding back from Rocky one time.
I had a really bad spill on my bike coming home from school, and then it like ripped my whole knee open really bad, and my mom put like gauze on it, and then the gauze like grew into the scab, and then I like couldn't take the gauze off, and they were like, yeah, I had to like cut it out of my scab. That one was gnarly. That was really, I was pretty young when that happened.
Gross.
Man, I'm trying to think. Like, I really don't think I ever got super, super duper injured, which is really nice. Yeah, I was always very like scared of getting hurt, so I usually tried to stay out of situations where I would get hurt. I fell off my longboard a bunch of times because I had like a big longboarding phase, and I probably would still be longboarding if
That's
my
funny. I had a
longboard-
longboarding phase too. When
Well,
was yours? Mine was freshman year.
middle school.
Okay.
Like 8th grade, 7th grade.
Yeah, I guess 8th grade into freshman year was mine.
I had a really nice board that I was obsessed with, and it was like fully custom. And
What was it?
It was called an oblique. This dude built them in his garage. And I mean, he didn't make any of the hardware. I can't remember what the hardware was that was on it, but the board itself was really, really nice. Like perfect for cruising and like downhill, like bombing and stuff. So I used to do a lot of bombing with my friends, and we would get going really quick on hills. One time I was going like 25 on a hill because they had like a speed camera at the bottom that would record our speed. And then that same day, my buddy took a spill on like a homemade longboard and like ripped his collarbone like through his shoulder.
Oh god. The compound fracture, like the bone was sticking out.
But the bone was sticking out, and
Yeah.
he was fully unconscious and everything, and it was real bad time.
Yeah.
And so that kind of put a damper on it, and then like a month after that, my longboard got stolen. So I was just like, all right, well,
No, that sucks.
I'm not
I
doing
still
this
have my
anymore.
longboard. It was a loaded. It is
Nice.
loaded.
I have a loaded board now too. I just don't ride it because there's nowhere to ride out where
Yeah.
I live.
I don't ride it too often. I still like if I have a short little commute and I don't feel like riding my bike, I'll hop on the longboard.
It is
And
really,
it's
fun.
Yeah. Nothing beats like some of the best moments of my life have been a couple buddies, drugs and alcohol involves at night on a bike trail,
yeah.
just bombing like through the bike trail.
Yeah,
on the
that's the
longboard.
fun thing to do with a longboard, is just go really, really fast and do like carving. I got into like sliding and stuff. I got like the gloves and everything to
Nice,
slide, and I was
yeah.
getting decently good at it too. I mean, considering that I wasn't really good at anything like that, I was getting decent. And yeah, it's one of those things where in adulthood, I bought the loaded board and I got like fancy trucks and nice wheels, and I got like a couple different sets of wheels so I could like have my fast wheels and my carving wheels. But yeah, in adulthood, it's just like not necessarily the same. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd have to force myself to make time to do it on a regular basis, I think, to fall back into it. And even then, like, not to sound like an old man, but playing drums over the years has kind of fucked up my right knee a little bit. And so like longboarding kind of hurts my knee now, and I'd have to like be methodical and more smart about the way I do it. So
That does suck about getting older. Is you're just like so aware of like time and other stuff you have to do, and so like you do go and do fun stuff, but like in the back of your head, you're like, all right, when's this gonna end?
Yeah,
like,
when is this over?
When am I? Yeah.
and also, why am I even doing this?
I've been trying to play basketball more often because there's a court right across the street from my house, so I bought a ball and I'll go over there and shoot sometimes.
That sounds fun.
And it's very fun, but yeah, the whole time like is this weird that I'm just here by myself playing basketball? Like, get some emails to answer. When am I gonna do that?
Yeah.
It's hard to let go, get in the flow of things.
Honestly, the only time, this is also going to sound cheesy, the only time I can really do that genuinely is playing
Play
music.
Same for me, and running.
Nice.
And,
I bet.
and mountain biking.
I bet if I got into running for reals,
Yeah.
I would be the same way. Like I would get that runner's high where it would just be like all endorphins.
Yeah. Not to sound like a huge cock, but I am like addicted to running now. Like
I'm sure.
I need to do it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All the time.
It rewires your brain chemistry. Like studies have shown that your brain stops producing certain hormones. The same way that like when you're doing too much of a certain drug, your brain will just stop naturally producing those hormones, and then when you don't do that drug, it like your brain doesn't naturally start producing those hormones again. So running is very much part of that. It rewires your brain, the way your brain produces hormones to a certain extent, especially when you're doing it all the time. I think for me, running has always just been it's always been something that's just not fun at all for me. Like, I hate it.
It was not fun for the longest time for me, but just something. Like, I was lucky because for the sports I played, running was always, like, a side thing for, like, we, like, ran for training and stuff. So, like, from a young age, I knew, like, I was used to, like, going on, like, a 3-mile jog or something like that. So I knew I had it in me. And then I didn't do it for a while in high school. Like, I kind of stopped playing organized sports towards the end of high school and was just riding a lot my bike. But then I was like, you know, I feel like maybe I'm getting out of shape. Maybe I should like start doing those training runs again. And so it was just something I forced myself to do for like 4 years probably until like I actually was like bought a running watch and like started like planning out my runs and that sort of stuff. And then from there it just took off.
Yeah.
And
when you have when you have like full autonomy over it and like how you do it and like when you do it, I think it becomes way more tempting. For me, it was always just like having like kind of like what you said, having to run under certain contexts.
Yeah.
And I always hated that context, so I was just like, running sucks.
Yeah, most of the time, like, you know, for most people, running is punishment. That's how people look at it. But yeah, it's one of the, outside of playing music, like I can just like immediately lose myself running. And like just lose track of time, not think about anything else. I don't even, most of the time, if I'm running on a treadmill, I definitely still listen to music, but most of the time I don't even bring my phone with me anymore. I like how my mind wanders on a run.
I mean, shit. It's kind of like music for me, and then also like photography and
That's cool.
like photo editing would be like,
hell yeah.
I can edit photos for like days in a row and just like get completely lost in the sauce, which I think is also partially like an ADD thing for me. Like I can't necessarily start something. Like if I start something, I either have to finish it without being interrupted, or I get interrupted and I never finish the thing that I started. So with those things that I actually care about, it's like I have to do them in like, marathon style runs where it's like I just go from start to finish on something. And those are the only times when I don't feel like it's work or when I'm like dreading the process. So
Hell yeah. This is music adjacent, but I can definitely get that way with mixing.
totally.
Not necessarily like live mixing.
Yeah,
'Cause that's
studio
like-
mixing.
but like studio.
Live mixing, it's like
like
it happens once and you never even get to think about
Yeah.
how to make it better.
Yeah. And oftentimes mixing music live, like most of the time it's great, but often you're like you're on edge that something could go wrong.
Right.
You know, something's going to feed back, something's going to stop working. You're very much like in your head about stuff. But yeah, like when I'm like, you know, working on our songs, it definitely feels like work up to a certain point.
Right.
And I have to force myself to do it. Like I hate editing drums, for example.
I don't think anybody likes doing that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone likes it. I oftentimes hate tracking guitar.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I really
I've
enjoy the
reached, like-
tracking process.
Yeah.
Now, I used to hate it.
I think part of it is that, like, playing the part is great. Sometimes the part can feel like tedious to do over and over again. But most of the time I enjoy the playing. But the fact that I'm like tracking it myself, it's just a lot to do, you know?
Yeah.
And then I'm like worrying about tones
I'll help you out.
and stuff. Yeah.
You
I
ever
know
want a
will.
little
I know
studio
you will.
monkey?
Yeah.
You come up and
We
be
do
your,
need to
be
track
your
some,
monkey for the
some
day.
stuff here. I kind of think that's maybe how
I
we
could
should
even
do
come to your house
LP2
and-
when we get to a certain point.
Just do it all here.
Yeah.
If you want.
In like a 2-day
Yeah,
stretch.
fuck.
Yeah. We'll talk about that.
Probably take like 2 days just for me to do drums.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
No, I meant guitar, not the whole album.
Oh, I thought you meant the whole thing in 2 days. It's like I can't do that more than, I don't think, once. That was a one and done thing for me.
Yeah. Doing a whole album in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, what were we talking about? How do we get on this?
All
Running,
sorts of stuff.
getting older. Talking about getting older.
Yeah, well, it all started with you falling off your bike.
Yeah,
Getting
falling off my bike.
older. Talked about my injury with action sports, my injuries, which are none. Well, have you ever gotten any? Like, really? Have you ever broken a bone? Had,
Nothing
like, serious
too
injuries?
serious. I've broken fingers and toes.
Okay.
I've fractured both my ankles. Dislocated my shoulder. But yeah, I've never straight up like broken an arm or anything.
Okay.
Feel lucky about.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, because I've injured myself so many fucking times. a lot. I feel bad for my mom. It's just like one thing after the next. Like even until now, it felt like I was a kid again the other day because my parents live near some trails, so I went to their house first and rode my bike from their house to the trails, and got back, my face covered in dirt. I was like, "Mom, I need a Band-Aid." I was like 12 years old again.
She probably likes that.
Yeah,
She's like, "Oh, let me take
it's like
care of
old
you."
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for me, it's just hand injuries these days, bro. Like, the camera won't see it, but when I sliced my hand open like a month ago,
Yeah.
that was brutal, and it's like still there. It's healed now, but like you can still see.
I cut myself with a knife the other day.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah.
I get those like 100 times a day somehow. I have one right here that I don't know how I got. I get a bunch of them from doing dishes at work, but I mean, I haven't done dishes at work in like 2 weeks and I still have cuts everywhere. It's just because I fucking manhandle shit. Like, I was working on my truck the other day and my hands are big and all the bolts are in like tiny little gaps. So it's like, in order to get in there, I'm just going to shove my fucking hand in there. Like,
Doesn't
I don't care if it
suck
hurts.
working with your hands in the winter too when
It's
it's
brutal.
cold,
Yeah.
and it's all dry.
Mhm.
I
And then
hate
you
that.
come in and you wash them with warm water and it hurts even more because
Yeah.
they were like so cold. Yeah. Fuck. Working on cars is honestly, and playing drums is how I get a lot of my hand injuries when it's not dishes specifically. But I don't really mess my hands up playing drums at all anymore. There was a period for a while, for like a couple of years, where like every time I played, or not every time, but most of the time when I would like have a serious jam, I would wind up like splitting a finger on a rim or like getting a blister somewhere or whatever. But I've just refined my technique enough now to where I like never do that anymore, which is fucking great. And my hands are also really calloused.
Yeah, they're calloused. So for playing guitar as much as I do not have callous hands because I play such light gauge strings.
yeah.
And when I do have to track bass, I feel like such a baby. It hurts so bad. I get blisters and shit. And I have little baby hands. I'm very like, if I'm doing manual labor, like if I'm like at a show and like picking anything up at all, I would just put my gloves on because I don't want to like hurt my hands or fuck up my guitar playing.
I've gotten a lot better about wearing gloves.
Gloves
recently,
are great,
but
I
I
love
never
wearing-
used to wear
yeah.
them when I did anything. Working on, I have like this old Volkswagen Bug, so working on that is like pretty mandatory to have gloves because everything's like rusty, or like at the very least kind of sharp, and it's all just like stamped metal, so there's like no soft edges. So that was the first moment of me like being like, I should wear gloves more often.
Yeah.
And then I was working on my other car out front and I was fixing a gas line and I was wearing gloves and I like accidentally popped off the wrong side of the fuel line and gas started like pouring out everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm not getting covered in gas right now. 'Cause I'm wearing fucking
You're wearing
gloves. It was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out gloves.
Shout out gloves. Real game changer. When working with your hands, consider gloves.
Consider a glove.
If you're washing dishes, dishwashing gloves, working around the
Those
house, you ever
gross
do
me
that?
out.
Really?
Those gross me out. Yeah. Dishwashing gloves have like, in my mind, just so much old, gross bacteria in them.
Yeah, cycle them out often.
I don't own any.
I know it was wasteful. Well, I'm saying if you do,
Well, that's wasteful as hell. It's way.
or to throw them in the wash.
Why would I'm not.
I'm-
It doesn't gross me out.
I'm
to
saying
get
that
stuff
as
on
someone
my
who's had the
hands.
same. Yeah, I don't wear them often, but if I'm like really gonna be doing some serious work with
See,
chemicals, I throw those bitches
Well,
on.
if it's with chemicals, well, I mean, do you mean like soap?
Soap is
Yeah,
a chemical.
I don't care
Nah,
about
just
that.
joking. I don't have a dishwasher in my house, so I have to
I
hand
guess I
wash
never
every single
realized
dish.
that.
Yeah, but after dinner, if I'm doing the dishes, I don't put the gloves on. But if like stuff is piled up and I got like wipe down the counters and stuff too, and that sort of
Sure.
thing. Throw some gloves on.
I've never been squeamish about that. Like a lot of people I know don't like touching gross stuff.
Yeah, I don't.
But like
really
I
mind
don't
it.
care.
Yeah.
I'll touch gross shit all day long because it's like what I'm just gonna wash my hands
Totally.
super
It's
good
not
after
gonna
this
get
and
in my
they'll
body.
be totally
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
I'm the same way. Do you wear food prep gloves at work?
Oh
Do you
yeah.
have to?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You. I mean, you're not necessarily required to by law, but the kind of work that we do, you kind of have to because you're either supposed to change your hand or like wash your hands between every task that you do, or like every time you change a station, you're supposed to wash your hands, or you just
Or change
wear
gloves.
gloves and change gloves between tasks. So,
Yeah.
and it's also just a personal image thing. Like if I went to a Subway and the dude was manhandling my sandwich with his bare
Without
hands, I'd
glove.
probably be like, "That's a little weird."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because
it's
you're
an
never gonna
appearance
trust
thing.
that people wash their hands well.
Right. I mean, there's times at my last job where I didn't wear gloves all the time because it's like, you know, especially if I'm like working the grill, like if I'm grabbing meat with tongs and then flipping meat with spatulas, I'm not gonna like worry about gloves as much,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
especially because the meat's getting cooked in front of everyone and they can see that it's like not gonna have germs all over it. But yeah, for the most part, food gloves are where it's at. I think in general, if I could wear food gloves to do like various other tasks as well and it was like normal, I think I would. Like if I could just wear a pair of food grade gloves when I'm like on the bus, you know, I would do that.
I think you could. People do that. Here's a question for you, Julian. Do you put lotion on your hands often?
During the winter, yes. During the summer, no.
What kind of lotion?
Okay, so it depends. I have a hand cream, a hand balm for when I have hand injuries because it like helps with the pain management.
Is it Tiger Balm?
It's called Bloody Knuckles hand cream.
I have Bloody Knuckles.
Duke Cannon. Yep.
Yeah.
That stuff is fantastic. Honestly, it's probably my favorite hand like salve that I have.
Yeah.
It feels fucking
I
phenomenal.
keep that shit in my nightstand.
Yep, I do too. So, or I keep it either in my nightstand or I have a tiny little puck in my truck because when I hurt myself at work, I just put some of that stuff on and it helps a lot with the pain management. So that for special cases or otherwise, I use a lot of Suave or CeraVe.
I'm a CeraVe guy.
CeraVe is awesome.
Because I don't often moisturize my hands only, even in the winter. If there's a cut or something, if it's real dry, I'll use the Bloody Knuckles. But I moisturize my face.
They're great for the Bloody Knuckles is great for dry skin.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
I moisturize my face morning and night. So when I'm done with that, I just excess lotion on my hands. And
Sure.
that usually gets me through the day.
Sure. I have to use a different type of face moisturizer because I have really sensitive face skin.
Oh yeah, mine's a face moisturizer.
Oh,
it's
really?
It's not normal
Well,
lotion.
but I think the face stuff that I have is maybe too delicate for like my hands and my skin because I have to use like a bit more of a heavy duty lotion, especially like, I don't know. My dad always told me it was like an Italian thing, but I'm not sure if it's true. Like we just get like super dry elbows. They get like super chalky.
I thought you guys were just greasy everywhere.
We are. We
Yeah.
are. So like that's why I have to use special face stuff too because my face skin is really sensitive, but it also is super oily.
I was also trying to be mean to Italian people, and I feel bad that you just
we're greasy.
went with it.
No,
I didn't
we're
actually
horrible.
mean that.
No, we're the worst. We're bottom tier humans. But no, it's just dry skin in a lot of places, and you need like extra heavy duty lotion. But I really do like arms. I do arms and elbows like year round, and then like wintertime, I do like knees, hands, and I don't really ever put moisturizer on my face unless I'm feeling super dry, but I do wash my face every day with like CeraVe oily skin face wash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Talk me through your routine now, huh?
Okay.
What kind of lotion you put on your dick?
Jergens. Who doesn't?
Product placement.
I wash my face. I'm glad we're talking about this actually. Fall into a really good routine. I've always been someone who's like has to have a pretty set morning routine and night routine. And it changes. I find what works for me in different phases of life. Towards the end of last year, I kind of was, because we went on that trip and then it was the holidays. And as I mentioned, I had a deep depression in between then. So I really fell off my routines. So at the start of the new year, I was like, okay, this is an opportunity for me to get back on my routine.
Your good boy shit.
My good boy shit. So the morning routine is wake up.
It's a good start.
No snoozing at all. No compromises. I have to get up when I decide I have to get up. Straight out of bed. Let Klaus out. Breathe in the morning air. 4 minutes of vigorous exercise. Squats, push-ups, planks, crunches.
First thing, huh?
First thing. Get a sweat going immediately.
4 minutes?
4 minutes. That's all you need. 4 minutes. I picked 4 because 4 is my favorite number, and it's very manageable. 4 minutes of working out feels like nothing, but it's still enough to get like your heart rate elevated, get your blood flow going. Even if you're going hard enough, get a little bit of a sweat going. So by the time I'm done with those 4 minutes of exercise, I'm ready to go into a cold shower.
Wow, okay.
So straight into a cold shower.
Our routines are like almost exactly the same, minus the
Yeah,
4
I know
minutes.
you're a cold shower guy. I think about you every morning for several reasons when I'm in the shower.
Did I
but
convert
mostly
you?
Because
Were you always a cold
I've
shower
always
guy?
been a cold shower
Okay.
guy. But that was something I fell off of. And for what, like, I went through phases of only doing cold showers. For the last little bit, it's been like a warm shower finishing with 30
During the
seconds
winter,
of
it's
cold
kind of
shower.
hard to do cold showers.
I know. It's been a little tough lately, but that's why the working out is great because you get real hot.
You
You
get
want a
hot.
cold shower. Wash my face in the shower. Paula's Choice. Shout out Paula's Choice. Have you ever heard of Paula's Choice? It's like some kind of higher end stuff. I got to be real careful about the skin products I use because I'm prone to breakout. Out of the shower, spray my face with toner, Paula's Choice toner, and then there's like a Paula's Choice hydraulic acid, something like that.
Hydraulic acid.
No, that's not right.
Certainly.
That's not right. It's hydro something. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Some sort of face shit. Brush my teeth. Then I put CeraVe facial moisturizer on. Then sunscreen on. Face sunscreen. Deodorant.
You put sunscreen on every day,
Every day. Yep.
even if you like.
Even if I'm
Aren't
not even
gonna-
going to go outside that
Wow.
much. Yeah. It feels good on my skin too. Helps
Okay.
moisturize it.
Sure.
And then comb the mustache, comb the hair, deodorant, get dressed. 5 minutes of meditation right out of that. Keep the momentum going of the morning. 5 minutes meditation. Then this is those parts of the routine have always existed in different forms. Something I've built in recently, which I'm very much enjoying, is taking Klaus for a morning walk. I usually just let him out in the backyard. But what I've been doing is, after I meditate, I make my coffee, put it in a little travel mug, and I take Klaus on a walk around the park.
Nice.
And I listen to music, or an audiobook, depending on the morning. Drink my coffee, walk Klaus, get some sun in my face.
Hell yeah.
It's real nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful routine.
Yeah. And then get back, eat a little breakfast. I've always, that little bullet journal I have that I always do. Mm-hmm. Do a little bullet journal. Just get my thoughts out for the morning.
There you go.
And I start my day.
Hell yeah.
That's great.
All right.
It's been working really well for me.
Yeah, it sounds like a solid routine.
And if I don't have a lot of time in the morning, I'll scrap the class walk. That's what goes out the window. But
Really?
the other stuff, those are my non-negotiables.
Mandatory.
Yeah. But it really
Good
only
thing to know
takes-
that your son is the negotiable in the situation.
yeah,
Yeah, fuck that
I'll
guy.
sacrifice Klaus easily. Well, I'll still let him outside. I throw the bob off for him maybe a couple times. Yeah.
See, I
yeah.
can't really. If I want to walk the dog, I have to also drive the dog.
I know,
first, so
yeah.
That's why I have a big backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of taking him on a walk, we can just go out back and just like, he just likes being chased. Like he loves being chased.
Klaus likes that too.
So I'll just chase him around the yard for a while, and then he'll like do his thing for a while. He'll go smell everything and take a million peas and chase the neighbor's cats around, and then that's like, I think, fulfilling enough for him. Every time we go to the park, he loves it, but he also, I think, gets overwhelmed. So I think the big backyard is like a good middle ground for my dog.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice to have that. Are you a nighttime routine guy? Do you have the same stuff
Yeah,
you do
so
every night?
essentially, our morning routines are really similar, except for, I don't do the exercise thing. I don't necessarily meditate, But I do spend at least 5 to 10 minutes every day prioritizing things. I make lists of what I want to do, lists of things I need to do, and then lists of things that just sound fun. So that's like how I handle it. I always do it in my notes on my phone. I probably should switch to paper because paper is way more fun to write on, and it's tangible. But yeah, the notepad is like how I get my thoughts organized. And I don't eat breakfast either. I never eat breakfast.
Yeah.
I usually don't eat my first meal until like 2 or 3 p.m.
I used to do that all the time. I was an intermittent fasting guy. But then I just can't eat enough throughout the day if I don't eat breakfast. So I have to eat a lot to maintain my life.
Yeah, that's definitely fair. And you also probably expel a fair bit. Well, it's probably close. Like I expel a lot of energy at work, but you also expel a lot of energy with exercise and all that stuff. So, but as far as the night routine goes, basically I either get home from work or I'm already here. Usually around the time the sun starts to go down, or like mid-afternoonish when I'm getting home from work, I'll hang out outside with the dog for, 20, 30 minutes. If it's wintertime, then we'll probably skip that step. Just let him go outside real quick. And then he comes inside. I feed everyone dinner. So I feed the doggy, I feed Gary, my cat, feed myself usually. And then nighttime is when I tend to do all of my personal projects that I have. So a lot of music stuff, especially the last couple months, a lot of music stuff at night. Or photo editing, even just going through photos and figuring out what photos I want to edit, or if I even want to still take photos in general. A lot of existential dread.
Yeah. Important part of every
totally
nighttime routine.
But honestly, lately I used to be big on showering, cold showers every morning, to wake up. In my opinion, when you do the cold shower,
This fucking camera shit out 1 second.
Okay. So I'll normally take the cold shower in the morning as my energy booster. If I take a cold shower in the morning, I feel very awake and very energized afterwards for a while. I've started doing this thing at night where I'll take a really warm shower right before bed. So if I didn't take a cold shower that morning, then I'll take a warm shower at night, which I've found lately to be just super relaxing and therapeutic. And that's also kind of when I just let my mind wander. And I usually try it. It depends on my work schedule, but I'll either go to bed at 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. and then wake up at 1 to take Cypress outside again. And sometimes go
so
potty
you're out
myself.
in the middle of the night?
I don't think he necessarily has to, but I just feel bad making him wait 8 to 10 hours to go potty. So I try to let him go potty in the middle of the night. If I'm working early the next morning, then I'll just sleep all the way through. But if I'm working a bit later, a mid or an afternoon, then I'll wake up at night, let Cypress go potty overnight, and then go back, get 6 more hours of sleep. Usually I wake up at 7. If I'm working early, I'll wake up at 5. So kind of just depends on when I'm waking up, sets the tone for when I go to bed. I usually watch an hour's worth of YouTube and then fall asleep. That's pretty much the whole routine. I don't really moisturize at night unless it's been a super bad day. If I'm beat up, then I'll moisturize, or if I'm very, very dry, then I'll moisturize. But usually I only moisturize once a day, because they also say if you have really oily skin that over moisturizing can be bad.
I like that you wake up in the night. I just watched this interesting YouTube video. Wish I could remember the name of it or the dude who made it. But it was about how for most of human history, it was a common thing for people to be up and about in the middle of the night. Mm-hmm. And then there's kind of a cool culture within households around that, and that they would do stuff in the night. And that apparently, if you're really on your circadian rhythm, that's part of humans' natural sleep cycle, waking up naturally in the night.
It's definitely very natural for me, especially on nights when I go to bed earlier. If I go to bed at 9, 8:30, I'll always wake up at 1 to 1:30, very, very naturally. I will just wake up, it's not like I'm uncomfortable. It's not like I was disrupted from my sleep. I'm just naturally awake and I'm like, ah. And you have that nice kind of like immediate burst of energy that you kind of get when you wake up in the morning too. Because I read this article a couple years ago that basically says like the first time your brain sees natural light, it automatically begins its own wake up routine. So like even at 1 a.m, like if your brain catches what it perceives to be natural light, it'll automatically start that like natural wake up process.
Doesn't that fuck you up though?
No, it doesn't.
Like, you can get back to bed.
Yeah,
and you feel
so-
fine in the morning.
Almost always. Occasionally, I will like get back in bed and I can't fall back asleep. But like 95% of the time, I'll have that burst of energy. I take Cypress out and then I go pee. And like as I'm finishing going to the bathroom, I'm like getting tired again. I'm like, oh, time to go back to bed. It feels very natural. And then I can usually sleep for like another 6 to 7 hours after that.
I also naturally wake up almost every night, but I think just because I've been socialized into thinking that you're supposed to sleep 8 hours all the way through, whenever I wake up and then I'm like, fuck, this is a bad thing. Go back to bed, go back to bed, go back to bed.
See, if you force yourself
Yeah.
to, or if you worry about it, then it's way harder.
And for whatever reason, when I wake up in the middle of the night is when I have my worst thoughts.
It's probably just because you're waking up like in the middle of a REM cycle and you're very confused.
Yeah, I feel like insane most of the time when I wake up at 3.
I think that's
so
normal.
I'm like a little too afraid to like. I always just like shut my eyes, go back to bed. Don't even fucking think about this stuff.
I mean, maybe a word of advice, if you can call it advice, is if that ever does happen to you, instead of like, having that moment of like, fuck, I should be sleeping right now, like, utilize that temporary burst of energy to like, I don't know, take class outside or like drink a glass of water or,
read
something.
my book for a little bit, maybe. But then you're not supposed to get too much.
You don't want to get too much light.
You don't want to look at your phone.
Yeah.
I have heard it's good to leave the bedroom when you do wake up.
Yeah, I think like in a weird way, the whole process, for me at least, it's definitely different for everybody, but for me, the whole process of waking up, moving around slightly at night, like, the vibe's totally different at night. Like, the house is quiet. There's a lot of just, like, autonomy. You can do whatever you want at night. It's very, like, peaceful, at least out here for me. Like, when I wake up in the middle of the night in this house, I just feel, like, such an overwhelming sense of, like, serenity and peace. And then
That's really nice.
That like moving around temporarily is just like the perfect brain reset. Like it allows my brain to like fully reset itself into like whatever the next day or something. And then that next like 6 to 7 hours of sleep I get is usually when I get like the majority of my REM sleep, because I have my Apple Watch, which I bought specifically to track my sleep. So I get like a lot of my REM sleep in the back half of the night. And then I always wake up in the morning like with that same sense of like, I
do not have that feeling of serenity.
That sucks.
In
I know
Aurora.
most people don't. Like my homie
That's
wakes
like
up.
gunshot hour. It's when the demons are out.
Yeah.
For real, dude.
Well, but even when
I got woken up by gunshots the other night.
That's
like 2
brutal.
in the morning.
See, the gunshots out here are totally different context.
Yeah.
It's always in the middle of the day, and it's always just some good old boys shooting at some bales of hay. So, but no, my homie, who also lives in Aurora now, but even when he lived up in Fort Collins, like he always, every time he woke up, it was like the most dreadful experience for him. And I think it just depends on how you wake up. Like, are you waking up in the middle of a deep sleep cycle or a REM cycle, or are you waking up like just in natural sleep? And B, like kind of, how is your nighttime routine, and like where is your state of mind when you go to bed? Those are all like very important things I feel like towards playing into the next morning. So yeah.
Well, this was a lovely conversation, and I'd say a very good podcast.
Life tips for everybody.
Yeah, we talked about music, we talked about skincare routines, talked about life. And what more could you want from an episode of Podcadzo?
I forgot to say fuck Donald Trump.
Fuck Donald Trump.
There we go.
Fuck JD Vance.
Fuck Kristi Noem.
Fuck Kristi Noem.
Fuck Stephen Miller.
Fuck Stephen Miller. Fuck Pete Hegseth.
Fuck Hegseth.
Fuck.
Someone at
Fuck RFK.
at Marco's trial, someone called Hegseth Kegseth, which I thought was hilarious. Hadn't
Simple
heard that
but
one yet.
effective. I like that. I like that. I will say, I'm feel the opposition that is coming against everything going on right now does make me feel very at home in the world, and I do feel a sense of positivity and optimism.
Yes.
Yeah, easy for me to say. I'm not in the position where I'm a victim of the horrible shit going on in the world.
True.
For those people, it's a lot harder. But I have been, for the first time in a long time, I've actually been getting energized looking at social media lately, because everything I'm seeing is fuck ICE, fuck Trump.
Yeah. People are,
I feel like
Democrats
I feel
and
like a tide
Republicans are alike.
is turning.
a lot of people who don't necessarily agree on a lot of issues do agree that this is a huge overreach by the federal government and that something needs to be done. And then a lot of people are starting to realize we have to be the ones to incite that change. It has to be us at the local level. So
even Marjorie Taylor Greene is waking up.
Yep. Yep.
I feel suspicious about that one. We'll see what happens with her. But
I mean, she's getting out of
Hey,
politics.
it's
so
better,
hopefully
yeah.
she just fucks off forever. That's the best possible
it
outcome.
is pretty amazing to see her, I don't know, be a voice of reason.
It's fucking scary. Like, and this isn't me saying that Tucker Carlson is a voice of reason, but a couple months ago, that clip of Tucker Carlson like shitting on Ted Cruz was going around. And I was like, what kind of world is this where I'm like aligned with Tucker Carlson? Right
Well, there was
now?
that one where Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tucker Carlson were talking, and they're talking about Zoran, and they're saying like, yeah, I think his policies are crazy, but I like the guy, and like he's actually saying like, you know, he answered the questions like that he cares about the citizens of New York. That's what we need.
Well, and furthermore, like it's the continual thing that happens with both Democrats and Republicans where Republicans just vote against their own best interest and Democrats all the time because of like identity politics or like this guy seems more aligned with my personal like values, but like at the end of the day, Democrats and Republicans do all want the same exact fucking shit. It's just like the vernacular is different and some people are just like too stupid to realize that.
Yeah. Because now we truly do have a third party, which is MAGA. And
Yeah.
that is just detached from reality.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah.
Now we got everything.
No, we got everything. Go love one another.
Yes.
And spread positivity.
Spread positivity. Spread love.
Oh, and buy Cadzo vinyl, cadzoenterprises.com. And come see us on Saturday, January 31st at the Atrium with Pool Salt and Mid-Atlantic. It's going to be a fantastic evening. Our first Fort Collins show in a minute. So, show up.
Pull up. Coming home.
Goodbye.
Bye.
It's podcadzo.